What's up, everyone? Welcome to this day in Philly sports history for March 20th, 2023. I'm your host, Jim Montgomery. Happy spring. It's officially spring. I know here on the East Coast, we had some cold snaps, but it really wasn't too bad of a winter, knock on wood, because I have seen it snow this late before. But spring's here, so that means it is soon to be baseball season. We're in the full swing of March Madness, which I'll get into in a little bit. But just a quick couple housekeeping things. Speaking of Phillies, this week on Back to the Future, we'll do our Phillies season preview, go over everything, quick recap of last season, and see where we feel they're going to fall for this year. Speaking of Back to the Future, it's a great time. Eagles free agency, which I'll have a couple updates in a minute. Great time. We talk about the best and worst Eagles free agent pickups of all time. Be sure to check that out. Give it a like and a subscribe wherever you get your podcast. That's Back to the Future with a PH. All right, let's start today with our Philly Sports Women's History Spotlight. Today we spotlight Candice Dupree. The Oklahoma native played for Temple from 2002 to 2006. She was a forward on those Dawn Staley coach teams. When she graduated, she was top 3, but since then, she's still top 7 in both scoring and rebounding at Temple all time. She's also one of 2 women to have their numbers retired and hanging in the rafters at the Liacouras Center. Her number 4 hangs up there with Marilyn Stevens, who we talked about a couple weeks ago. She was the 6th pick in the 2006 WNBA draft for the Chicago Sky. She was on the all-rookie team. She's a 7-time All-Star. She won the championship with the Phoenix Mercury in 2004. She also won 2 World Championship gold medals for the United States team. Just one of the all-time best to do it at Temple, setting the bar pretty high for the people to come after her. So today we shout out Temple's own Candice Dupree. Thank you for being an example and a shining star for girls everywhere to look up to. All right, so Eagles update. C.J. Gardner-Johnson is not coming back. He signed last night with the Lions for $8 million in 1 year. I guess a prove-it deal. And I haven't really had time this morning to really dive into it, but it leads me to believe one of 2 things. I think it's fair to say that his asking price was way too high, and he misjudged the market for whatever reason. So now he's on that 1 year prove-it deal again. But, I mean, with all of the rumors and the smoke coming out that the Eagles were aggressively trying to sign him and they wanted him to be a part of their team, I have a feeling Howie was trying to lock him up long-term, and I think Gardner-Johnson just didn't want a long-term deal, not necessarily with the Eagles, but I think he kind of has in his head what he's worth, and that's what he wasn't going to accept anything less. So he signed with the Lions on another prove-it deal, hopefully hoping to cash in next year. So, I mean, I think at $8 million, I think the Eagles could have done it for 1 year. But again, I don't know behind the scenes what the negotiations were, but I have a feeling that's ultimately what happened. Was he wanted more money, didn't necessarily want to sign the long-term deal at what Howie was offering. I mean, I could be way wrong. So he's not coming back. It leaves right now Lance Blankenship as your or at least as a chance penciled in as your safety. Jalen Mills is still out there. I still don't think for the right price. Yeah, that's a bad fit for him to come back and play a little safety and just provide some depth there. I did see as well that all weekend, like the Eagles were linked to Bobby Wagner, which I don't think that's a bad pickup for like a 1 year cheap deal. But we shall see. You still have the whole Jalen Hurts extension kind of hanging out there. But the big news today, no C.J. Gardner-Johnson this year. Who knows? He could sign a long-term deal next year, but he's going to Detroit. So, and one thing, moving on, I haven't really talked much about, but I mentioned it, the one when Schwarber hit the home run, but the United States team is, they kind of came out and blew out Cuba yesterday in the World Baseball Classic. Trey Turner's been red hot, and it's funny because I keep forgetting that he is on our team. So it's a good problem to have that we have Schwarber and Turner, who have both been playing well for the United States in the World Baseball Classic. Turner hit a grand slam the other night. He had knocked in a few runs last night. So just pretty cool to see one of our guys do it. All right, NCAA March Madness update. My bracket is still alive. Currently in third place in my pool. All four of my Final Four teams are still alive, which is good. I don't think it's been a long time since I've made it out of the opening weekend with all four Final Four teams, so I'll take it. I still have the highest potential points too, so hopefully things are looking good there for the bracket. Just a quick local tie yesterday. Michigan State beat Marquette, and their point guard, A.J. Hoggard, is actually from my hometown of Coatesville. My dad used to work with his dad, and so when I was growing, I remember playing softball with his dad, played basketball against his dad, which, funny story, I had one great shot where I gave him my little patented jump hook in the middle of the lane, got him good, and he shut me down the rest of the game. It wasn't even close. So I was living large on that little hook shot, and I think he probably made me eat the ball 5 times after that every time I tried it. So, and he went in and talked trash to my dad about it. But A.J. Hoggard for Michigan State. I know I'm a Michigan guy, but it's good to see, even though I had Marquette winning another round, it's good to see a local kid doing well in the tournament. So there's that. All right. Today we're going to hop in the way, way, way back machine, and we're going to go back to 1934. And I thought this was a very interesting sort of thing that happened. And on this day, March 20th, 1934, Babe Didrickson, who is one of the greatest female athletes of all time, and I think it ties in well with our Women's History Month. She played in one of the spring training exhibition games for the Philadelphia A's versus the Brooklyn Dodgers. She pitched the first inning. She pitched a scoreless first inning, which was pretty cool. She took them down. I think it was a 1-2-3 inning, if I'm not mistaken from what I read. But just a little bit about Babe. She was the founder and one of the first LPGA champions. She was an All-American in college in track and basketball. She also was a very good bowler. I don't know why. Every place I've read about her, it always says, and she was an avid bowler. So who knows? But she got the nickname Babe because when she would play baseball on the sandlots as a kid, she would hit Ruthian home runs, as they were described. She also would go on to pitch a few days later for the Cardinals. That outing did not go as well. She got knocked around a little bit, but it's an exhibition, all for good. But she did. She pitched a scoreless inning on this day for the Philadelphia Athletics against the Brooklyn Dodgers. Just one of the greatest athletes of all time, men or women. I think when ESPN did their century thing, she was like top 10 all-time greatest athletes ever, regardless of gender. So pretty cool. And that happened on this day in 1934. Sixers in action tonight against the Bulls. They're looking to extend that winning streak to 9. I saw Doc being interviewed yesterday. He was kind of pissed off at the schedule makers because they go back on the road after stopping home. And I think his quote was something along the lines of, he's like, it's bullshit. Like, basically, we're coming home to do our laundry and then going back on the road. So he's not happy. But they have been pretty much on fire since the All-Star break with this tough stretch of games that they have. So let's hope that they can keep it rolling tonight against the Bulls. So, but we shall see. Time is ticking on them. I want them to move up if possible. It's always good to get one of those top 2 seeds. But all right, go have yourselves a Monday. On this day, Babe Didrickson actually pitched a perfect first inning against the Brooklyn Dodgers for the Philadelphia A's. We shouted out Candice Dupree, gave a little shout out to my hometown and A.J. Hoggard. Spartans, as long as it doesn't mess with my bracket, I will get behind them. I had Marquette winning, so I might as well root for them to win one more. And I actually kind of always like Tom Izzo anyway. But go have yourselves a Monday. Hopefully we have some more Eagles updates for you tomorrow. And until then, I will see you when I see you.